Hey everyone, my name is Aaron with The Hollywood Reporter. And first of all, thanks for coming, thanks to the cast. And also, we want to thank Loot Crate, who is sponsoring this panel. They've got the new Firefly cargo crate. You can see a poster over there. So you're all one shot. So we definitely want to get to your questions very soon, but first of all, Nathan, I wanted to start with you. It's impossible to think of anybody else playing this part, but what was it that you think sealed the deal? How did you become the guy when you were auditioning for this?
I'll take this one, guys. Oh, damn it. Jewel, not Jewel, never mind you, Jewel. Summer, you were there when I was auditioning. And I kept going back into the room. I don't know how I got the part, honestly. I kept going back into the room, and back, like 5 times they called me back in to do the scenes again and again. And then someone said, they feel you're doing them the same every time. And I said, yes, I am. No one told me to do it any differently. And they said, yeah, well, they want it funnier. I said, done. Done. I came back in, I said, just so you know, I didn't know. So now I know. Now I if you think I couldn't take it, I could take action. Let's just roll. Let's just go. But it was dicey. It was dicey. I ran into you in the hallway. Do you know that? When I ran into you in the hallway, I was shaking. I was
holding myself in the corner. I didn't even know you went in and out. I was like.
And I left, and you said, how did it go? And I said, really good, but I don't think we're up to the same part, so don't worry.
Well, Summer, I think that brings up a good point, is that you came into this show, this was your first, big role. How did you even approach that? You had such a tough job. Your role is so internalized. How did you approach your part?
There goes my elbow room.
I guess I didn't know any better yet. So that's it.
Could you turn up the monitors a bit?
She said, the people at the back are always the loudest.
Well, Adam.
Adam.
No.
I think Janestown is my favorite episode. Sounds like it really showed, there's a real sweetness to Jane, even though he's a complicated man, right? So how did you bring that kind of sweetness to this guy that's also kind of a jerk?
I was raised north of Chicago by a couple of parents that were normal and, they were mean and nice on the same day. And I had older brothers that beat the crap out of me all the time. So I was from a loving family with bullies as brothers, and it was great. I love them now. No, I do. I don't know. I was just pretending to be somebody else.
Acting.
Yeah.
Acting, huh?
But here, may I, guys, is that good? But here's the thing, Adam. On paper, Jane, entirely unlikable. Mm-hmm. Entirely predictable in that he'll screw you, given the chance. Mm-hmm. And yet adored by millions.
Well, I've said this before. I was really worried that Joss was going to kill me off, and I wanted to keep working with you guys. So
we had a pool going.
I decided to try to make him lovable.
Job well done. Yeah, try as we might, we couldn't get you fired.
Yeah. Ariel came along. I was reading and going, oh no. This is where it ends, right? Yelled down to my wife, honey, that's it. 6 and out.
And then last page, you went,
oh, phew. That's a total fabrication because, as and everyone knows, actors, when they get the script, they go right to the last page first and see if they're still in it. Okay. Not dead. That's true. You know that's true.
That's one of the days I remember everything. There's some days I don't remember entirely, but there are days where I have perfect recall on everything. The space station with Jewel and Sean playing Find the Extra. Remember Find the Extra? Whenever there's a crowd scene and you're just kind of hanging out, and there's a crowd of people around, there's always one person as you scan the crowd, one person's like this. Kind of hungry and wide-eyed and like they're gonna maybe pounce. I don't know. But I would play the game. I would say, okay, let's play Find the Background Guy, and I would be the background guy, and I would go into the background somewhere and say, just guys, just ignore me, and then they would turn around and try to find me, and I'd be like. Those days I remember crystal clear. Your day in the air lock. Yeah, crystal clarity. Yeah, you were really good.
You were pretty good too.
Thanks.
I like that little move with the little calm thing. You went click.
Yeah.
That was yours.
Yeah.
We were allowed to make up stuff with doings and props and stuff more so than we were with words. The words we couldn't change so much.
Lines were pretty solid, weren't they? The lines, that was the golden.
But we could like, I'm gonna do this with that thing. Oh yeah, that's good. Fill it in. Yeah. So we did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what was kind of a typical downtime like on set? What do you guys do, in between things? Because actually shooting a show can be somewhat boring, right? When you're not actually on screen.
I don't know. We sat on that couch in the common area that smelled like cat pee.
It was not so. It was musty. It was bad.
It was gross. Yeah. Those are my fondest memories of cat piss on the set of Firefly.
Yeah.
In the fondest way. I really liked that couch.
And we would just sit. We would just talk about.
It was very comfortable. Yeah, we would eat our lunch in there if we could.
Yeah.
I remember that. There was this food truck that was on the lot on the Fox side. Do you remember this? And I had to keep weight on because it was my dream job. And I would eat these grilled cheese sandwiches every day from this food truck, and they would become more and more elaborate every day, avocado and bacon and da-da-da. And I remember sitting in that room, smelling cat pee, and eating my grilled cheese sandwiches.
I came up to Jewel one day. She was chowing on this jelly donut, just kind of slow, just kind of. I said, "How you doing?" She goes, "Full." And then after we filmed the pilot, it was a few weeks later, and I was walking down Robson Street in Vancouver. It's a beautiful sunny day, and people are out and enjoying the weather. Vancouver is such a beautiful city, and I see this girl walking towards me on the street, and she's long and leggy, and I'm going, gorgeous. Oh my God, she's so Jewel. Remember that?
I remember that creepy day.
Totally weird.
Oh wait. Tell it from your side. Tell it from the approach from your
I
side.
just remember this guy, like half block distance away with this like slow growing smile, and then I was like, I realized it was him before he realized it was me, and I was like, Nathan?
Freak me out.
I'm curious, now, because everybody asks you this all the time, but now that Joss is one of the most powerful people in Hollywood directing these giant movies, are we more or less likely to get more of this show?
Oh, jeez. Who's touching it? Who's gonna touch this one? Who wants to touch this?
It's up to Joss. That's up to Joss. It's in his ball.
Is it?
Part.
Is it? 'Cause there's a lot of-
Falls in his court. It's not.
I think there's a lot of legalities concerned and different things and money and numbers and oversight.
I just feel like I don't want to put it on Joss. Complicated. Because,
It's on Fox.
Here's the thing. I totally.
Adam's got the buck, and he's just passing it.
Oh no.
I totally
Who wants
get
the buck?
wanting more, and we hear it all the time. Is there going to be more? When is there? Could there be? What if there was a? And I get it. At the same time, we all had what I would call my dream job. We were in the perfect position. Everything was great. Yeah. Even the challenges we faced them together, and we were all in it together, and we were all pulling for the same thing. A great show, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it. It's really hard to look at that kind of stuff and say, "Give me more," because it's not enough. Oh my God, it was everything. It was everything. How can everything not be enough? You know what I mean?
Sean and I want more. Last night we had dinner and we were in an Uber, and we were not talking about Firefly in any way. You remember this? You were on your phone, you're like texting away, and I was like, something about Netflix this, and Sean said, very absentmindedly, I can't believe they haven't picked us up. I mean, like, he said it in a disgusted sort of way. It made me laugh. I can't believe it.
Oh.
So yeah, we want more on this side of the room.
Sean, I was revisiting some episodes, and I know it's hard to remember specific scenes, but there's one in particular I loved where you're operating on Jane, and you're basically saying, every time you're shot or whatever, you're going to be on my table. So, basically you were saying you're going to do your job, but also kind of telling them how it was. What was it? What was it kind of like getting to be? You were the normal guy on the show, but then sometimes you got to step up and put Jane and other people in their place. How much fun was that?
Oh. No, that was fun. It was good. It was good fun. It was always fun with Jane.
I always tried to give you incentive not to like me.
Yeah.
By like shoving you or just like leaving smells. Just so you would disdain me and just, ugh. Yeah. Friend.
I'm uncomfortable.
So it's working.
It's method. It's method. Still in the method.
Well, I want to open it up to some audience questions. So first,
I want to, actually, can I ask a question first? I have a question for Summer.
Oh.
I have a question for Summer. Summer, I used to give you a really hard time on set and stuff. I would say really nice things about your performance, like that was wonderful. That was so powerful. I'd be specific about my compliments and said it really was wonderful. And then I would end it with, if you like eating horse shit. And I would always, and I did that to the girls all the time. I always said, Summer, this is to toughen you up because the real world out there is hard. So I'm toughening you up now. You're in this safe little, no, and you're gonna be, did it work? Did I toughen you up for the real world, for the challenges the hurdles?
I can't thank you enough.
You just did. Yes.
Hi, I actually have an incredibly nerdy question for Adam.
I love your coat, by the way.
Browncoat independence war, patches, all the things for the show tonight. Okay, so super nerdy, and probably an unpopular opinion. I always really felt like Jane had massive feels for Kaylee, and
Go on.
pilot, when Kaylee is being stitched up, we see Jane sitting outside of the window, like just crouched there watching her get stitched. And I was wondering if there was any kind of, what your process was in that scene and if there was any intent.
You presume too much. You presume I was looking forlornly at her. No, I was no. Shh. It was a brotherly, sisterly thing. I think. You know. Come on. Did you write that fan? You wrote that fanfic?
So wait, you're the one responsible for that fanfic? The Kaylee Jane stuff?
Girl.
Girl.
Security.
Yeah.
There's one.
You guys, reading fan fiction is like looking up like horrible accident photos on the internet. Don't
No,
do
it's
it.
like- yeah,
you
it's
can't
like-
unsee that
Yes,
stuff.
it's like a nightmare you have after too much Thai food.
Yeah.
I never read much of it.
That's probably a
But
good
he wrote
thing.
a ton.
Hi, my name is Cynthia. I'm the director of Browncoats events for family charities, and I just want to thank you guys. You have done so much, more so than any other fandom around. The heart and the soul that you put into your characters. But we have a cast from Independence War that flew from around the nation just to be here today, just so we could show their event after you guys. And I just, without you guys doing that, we would never be able to do the Can't Stop the Serenity events. To raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for so many amazing organizations around the world. And I want to thank you so much. And I know you just
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Not all fan fiction. Just the ones where I make out with Jane. Okay, great. I don't make out with Adam in this.
Thank you.
I just wanted to clarify.
your fans are going to be here. I'm not asking because I'm not allowed to, but if you could just stay around for 15 minutes.
Who are you dressed as? I'm just kidding, I know.
Thank you all so much. I'm a huge fan of all your work and of the show. My question for you is, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are really huge fans of your work and huge fans of the show. And I wanted to know, because there are so many Browncoats and so many people are huge followers and hugely devoted, is that something that is still inspiring to you as actors so many years after? Is that something that's a little intimidating, or
Sean, go.
is it something that still gives you energy creatively? Or I wondered how you all felt about that.
Let's see what Sean says. Sean?
Let's see. How do I?
Wow.
You what? What'd you say?
Firefly tattoos.
Oh, wow. Has it inspired? I mean, it inspired. I think for me, as in maybe for you guys, like Nathan, you say like that job is sort of like it kind of set the bar, right? So, and I think like, especially me, when sometimes I go into like my spiritual lens, and I'm sort of like, what's my greater purpose in this whole crazy industry? And to be a part of something extraordinary is certainly something that I feel so grateful to have experienced, and for me as an actor, I think it's kind of like bumped it up, like, oh, I know that this lightning in a bottle can happen, so I'm looking for that. So maybe I've gotten, kind of screwed because it's so rare. But I think it's just it's sort of it shifted my perspective in regards to sort of like what am I looking for as an artist and as an actor. So, and does it, I mean, it can't help but be a little inspiring to sit here in this room with all y'all. Thanks. Joel thinks I'm smart.
I'm Janae from Black Girl Nurse, and I just want to say that what I love most about the show, what really drew me in, never being drowned out by it. So thank you all of you for being part of that.
Don't you think, like, when people say that kind of stuff, don't you kind of feel like we just got really lucky?
Yeah.
Like, people go, oh, thank you so much for this role, and it's like, hey man, I lucked out. Like, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and scored, you know, an incredible gig, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Joss.
Do any of you have any roles that you're interested in, or have you ever thought of putting something together like on YouTube yourself? Kind of, not your Firefly per se, because I love Joss, but put something together for yourself?
I was thinking about doing a thing about two guys that were in a sci-fi show.
Wait. Tell me more.
Well, one guy goes off and does great things. The other guy becomes like does the con circuit and doesn't really appreciate what. It's a whole digital thing we planned. We have a game on a phone. It's. I want to do it, but someone just told me it's been done. So. Thanks. I have literally no desire to build something on my own. That's a tremendous amount of work and responsibility and stress that I am not built for. I am not built for that. No. I am built for, like what Jules said, being in the right place at the right time. Better to be lucky than good. Totally cool to pick coattails, to ride coattails. Just pick the right coattails to ride, Joss Whedon. And then my particular forte, taking credit at the end.
All these years and nothing ever changes.
Said it before, said it again. The show would not have been what it was without Nathan at the head of our department.
Agreed.
Day in, day out, episode in, episode out, Nathan was there with the most workload, and he carried us on his shoulders to make us all better. So we love you for it. Thank you.
It's like
You know, I've said it to you, and I've said it at lots of Q&As, that you had taught me how to behave as the lead of a show. You knew everybody's name. You were incredibly welcoming to everybody that was new, all the guest stars that came on. You were like, that's the bathroom, that's craft service, this is so-and-so. You said, let's play the name game, and made sure that we all learned everybody's name, even, somebody up in the production office. And that is a testament, I think, to the good energy that flowed down to everybody. And it taught me a lot, taught me how to behave as the lead of a show, and yeah.
It's like you guys are trying to make me cry.
It's what a good leader and captain do. That's what captains do.
Chinese swears are meaningless to us, guys. Everyone in the universe ought to die. The explosive diarrhea of an elephant. You could totally say that stuff on TV, but I said it in China, and someone went, "Oh, that's not nice." Yeah. I said, "I know one phrase in Chinese, and here it is," and they went. Oops.
Oh yeah, hey.
Next time.
Yeah.
This is the right side. Stage right. Stage right.
We were there.
So when you took him to the
Well, I actually know.
I do too.
And I think it's out there. I think it got into the comic books, right? So it's safe, totally safe to, spoiler alert, totally cool. If you don't want to hear this, don't, who don't, you say.
She doesn't know. Tell her.
You say you're the
He
captain.
was a highly ranked Alliance officer at one time. He was an intense guy that did some really nasty things. And then obviously had a change of heart, lost his taste for that kind of stuff, and changed his life entirely. But it's a Malcolm Reynolds says to him in Serenity, you're going to have to tell me about how you know so much about you seem to know a bunch of this stuff. He goes, yes, I do. You're going to have to tell me about that someday. And he goes, no, I don't. Not something he wants to revisit. Oh, I get all choked when I think about it. Intense stuff. Yeah, nice stuff.
I think that brings up a good point. In between Serenity and, in season 1, before you knew you weren't coming back, did you guys talk about season 2 at all, what it would have been like? I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry.
We did.
Did we? Did we talk about? We lamented. We still hung out together. We still had parties. We still hung out and did stuff, and we lamented. Yeah, we grieved.
Yeah, but the weird part about it is, people, the attitude that we get when the fans come up to us and talk about the show is, oh, I really miss it, and I'm so sad, and we get that, but at the same time, for us in a very weird way, it kind of continued because we all stayed in each other's lives, and the most important part, I think, to all of us was the people, and we got to see each other still, so it kind of carried on in an odd way. So there's not a whole lot to miss. Yeah, it would be great for all of us to get together again and do it again, but we did keep those friendships, right?
Yeah, we were fortunate in that way.
Nathan, return my calls.
He didn't give you the new cell. He didn't give you the new cell number.
No, I didn't get it.
Dude,
I got it.
Shut up.
I'll text it.
Sorry. Next question.
So my question's for Joel. So you're on two of my favorite sci-fi shows, Chronicles and Firefly.
Thanks.
Can you tell us,
Which one was better?
how you transition from doing, one sci-fi show and one certain kind of cast to an established cast and doing anything?
I wish it was a lot more complicated than it really is. A lot of time had passed between doing Firefly and Stargate for me. With Stargate, it was very different because that cast had been at it for a very long time. They knew each other really well. They had their inside jokes, and I was the new kid. I'm like, hi. Where do you guys have lunch? And with Firefly, we were starting something fresh and something new. But I had a great time on Atlantis because it shot in Vancouver, which is where I am from and where I live. So there's nothing better than having a job at home, obviously. But, Firefly is always, it's like this weird relationship that never worked out. It's like the one that got away. And there was so much very rich storytelling to be told there that never got to see the light of day, or at least we never got to perform it, and it has that bittersweet quality.
Hi, my name is Rob. This is actually for Nathan, and I am a huge guest.
You have excellent taste. Yeah, you know what? I get these kinds of questions. Why'd they cancel your show?
They literally
oh my God,
could
I
not.
get it a lot. I get a lot of those questions.
They couldn't figure out a way to incorporate slaughter any further, so it was.
I've been on a lot of canceled shows. Some might say erroneously, I get them canceled. That's not true. Eventually, yes, but no. Nobody calls the actors and says, here's how it all went down, and here's why you got canceled. Sometimes you read it in the paper. Totally cool. You know what? It's not the people being nice to people industry, it's the entertainment industry. It is an industry. I don't take it personally. It's not meant personally. It's business. It happens, and you know, it's odd because it is a business. That's what it is. Getting entertainment to audiences costs money, makes money. It's just weird that on the other end of it, the audience. I mean, we're emotionally tied. They're hitting us in the guts, in the nuts, in the hearts. I shouldn't have said the middle one. So we are very much, as a cast, in the same position you guys are. We're tied to things emotionally as well, and for different reasons, and maybe even more reasons, and maybe even better reasons. Because these guys are awesome. But they don't give you a ring and tell you here's why, and they don't shake it out for you. And so sometimes it's a little bit of heartbreak with no true, what's the word I'm looking for? Resolve, that's the one. Closure. God, I love you guys. Hi, Angel. Hi, Kaylee. Her name's Kaylee.
For me?
For Kaylee.
You know, as an actor, I think you can't really help at the end of the day but take a little piece of that character home with you. A little bit of residual something, a little dust or something from that character. And she was a very warm, open, full of love type of person. And to take that home with me every day, I miss that. I miss that.
So you know enough of these cons, you start seeing the same archetypes over and over again, you get the same questions. But what's one question for any of you that you wish we would ask in the movie?
See, no. No. That's not a question we want asked. Because it puts a burden on us to come up with something.
Yeah.
That's not fair. We are reactors. I do want to jump off something that Jules said, though. What this show had, that the very special things, and I've had the great honor and blessing of being with some very special shows and very special groups of people, is that it came from a platform of love, not fear. And everyone dedicated their love of their characters and the show and the word and Joss and the production and the crew from love. And that's why it shines so brightly for so long, is because you can see on camera, you can see it there, the love. There's no fear in the performances. It's just, you know, there's some things I can't say because they're young ears, but it's from the heart. And
There was a TV show that I really loved when I was a kid, and it was one of my favorite shows, and then it all of a sudden stopped, and there was never a last episode, at least when I was watching. What happened to Flash Forward?
I don't know. Flash Forward was really fun for me. And, you know, somebody said to me today, they're like, I'm so sad that you left Space Cases. And the reason why I left Space Cases was because I was under contract with Disney for Flash Forward, so, which was also a really great show. But yeah, I don't know what happened. And it's funny when people recognize me from that show because they're really not sure where they know me from. So I get, you know, people around my age saying, did you used to babysit me? Or, you know, because they can't really place. It's funny.
Was that where you were the super gothy girl?
No, that was Higher Ground.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That's a funny one. I like that one.
I've been at this a long time.
True, though. It's true. Longer than me.
how old were you in Fast Forward?
Flash Forward, I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah. and I'm 19 now.
Was there a last episode?
No, I think the last episode was when they kissed. When Becca and Tucker kiss at the school play.
Spoiler alert, now I don't have to watch it.
I
That was
remember.
my first on-camera kiss.
I remember
Very
being on.
exciting.
I remember being on Firefly with Ron, and we were like, "Oh, we've been doing this a long time." And Jewel was like, "I've been doing this since I was a kid, 6 or something." You know?
Yeah, you guys were like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we'll get canceled, you guys. And I was like, we're probably getting canceled.
So
I was like,
grizzled.
this is my 7th show. It's probably, we got Friday nights at 8, guys, we're done.
I've seen it a million times.
So jaded.
So great.
Looking at Summer, you'll never make it, kid. This town's gonna eat you up and spit you out.
Yes, right here.
And she was right. No.
First off, thank you all for being here. I will always love Firefly and Castle. You already know that. But this is actually directed towards Adam.
Oh boy.
I want to thank you for 3 seasons of a wonderful show called The Last Ship. I want to say that the way service people are portrayed on that show is realistic. It puts them into a good light even under bad circumstances. And so I wanted to thank you for that.
Well, thank you. We're very proud of The Last Ship. We got picked up for season 4 and 5. We just had our season. We just had our season 3 finale on Sunday night, and again, yes, we need bad guys.
Just said I'm unemployed.
Yeah. Anyway, it's an honor to work, and it's humbling to work with the United States Navy. We get to climb aboard Navy guided missile destroyers and some carriers and some been aboard a couple amphibious ships, and to understand that there are young men and women who run these platforms on our side between the ages of 19 and 22 that keep these things afloat and running is very humbling indeed. You know, I've been doing it a long time, and they're there to help us, and they want us to do well, and we try to honor them with as best and most accurate a portrayal as we can. We have technical advisors that are on our ass all the time. You're doing it wrong, or you're doing it right, and so thank you, appreciate it.
Hello, my name's Laura. I was wondering if any of you have an interest in acting in theater, because I would cast all of you in a Shakespeare play. That would be
You've done that.
Would you do theater?
I've done theater.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
That's fair. You guys, would you do theater? Summer?
I do.
You do Sean, you do it? Summer?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Jewel?
Musical theater?
If that's your want?
Yeah.
Yeah,
want
I
that.
passed too. That's a lot of work. That's scary stuff, man. That's scary stuff. Getting up on a stage in front of people. I mean, I used to do that stuff. I feel like it's a younger man's game. It's pretty scary.
Well, you did some Shakespeare with Joss.
I did. I checked it off my list.
And as well as Sean.
It's like, check, Shakespeare, done.
How hard and how much pressure was it to get it word perfect on camera?
Kind of like Firefly.
Yeah.
Word perfect.
Yeah.
No paraphrasing Shakespeare or Firefly.
No.
Hi, I was just wondering if you could play one of the future scenes that you didn't get to do on Firefly, which one would it be? If you could pick one and do that.
Go. Someone go.
What?
Sean, go.
A
Do
future
you have a thing you'd like to you never got to do on
I mean, I
Firefly?
just wanted lots of babies. Simon and Kaylee to have lots of babies running around the ship. So we're talking baths and breastfeeding and.
Wow.
I would have settled for a date.
Jewel?
I like the idea of this ship really quiet and no one around. Everybody gone. And me at the helm as the captain.
Wait a minute.
Not
I
cool.
like our kids. I like our fantasy kids. But sometimes I need a fantasy break. Yeah.
Summer?
Exactly.
I just need a date.
Oh, that's right. That's a good answer.
A future scene
Yeah.
from Firefly?
Yeah.
No. Las Vegas.
How about Jane's Tropolis?
So, yeah, I'm like Biff. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, James like Biff. He's got his own casino.
I think like a Mutter's Casino.
Yeah, Mutter's Casino. Well, the Mutters are the ones that clean out the stalls and stuff, you know. But they're not the dealers. I hadn't really thought about it too much. You? What about you?
Joss once described like an opening scene to me where we looking at a planet with a ring around it, and as we come in close, we see that the ring isn't actually rocks or meteors. They're pieces of ships and old derelict. It's the junk ring. It's the junk. It's the junkyard. We mentioned it in Firefly one time, and it's an orbiting junk thing. And we see like little bits kind of moving between like little fleas, look like they're jumping slowly from bit to bit. And as we get closer, we see Serenity floating lifeless, and all these little bits are little people getting on it and cutting through it. And as they get in and they airlock it and they close it off and they come in, there's Malcolm Reynolds bleeding and cut, strapped down with giant guns and not looking great. And he's got these two giant guns and he says, "Get off my ship." That's great. I'd like to do that.
Did he tell you what else what was going to happen
So
there?
then,
That sounds amazing.
We're going to take your ship.
oh my God. That guy who comes aboard in out of gas and says, "We're going to
Early.
take your ship."
Oh, no,
Remember
that
that
guy.
guy?
Yeah,
Just
that
the
guy.
lilt in that voice. Oh yeah, we did. We're going to take your ship.
Love that delivery.
Somebody told me his nickname was Mean Steve. It was like an ironic nickname because he's like a nice guy, but that was Mean Steve. I'm going to take your ship.
Oh, great.
Sorry, I have to film this.
I love your outfit.
Why, thank you. I made it. There's absolutely no glue anywhere on it.
Wow.
All hand stitched. Yes, it took 2 weeks. My question is, there are quite a few fan films for Firefly, including Independence War. Do you guys watch any of them or look forward to watching any specific Shadows on the Wind?
I've seen a few of those things that were pretty cool.
Will
I've seen a
you
couple that
watch
were
Shadows?
pretty darn cool.
Shadows?
Yeah, Shadows on the Wind. It's coming out hopefully November.
I'll look for that. Is there a trailer I can watch?
There is a trailer. ShadowsOnTheWind.com.
ShadowsOnTheWind.com.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's
watch this.
2 trailers currently.
All right. Don't blow this. Yeah, maybe just tweet that to me.
Thank you.
Good job.
Do you recall any on-set pranking?
What?
I'll tell you one that nobody ever really talks about because people talk about me playing practical jokes. I didn't play a lot of practical jokes. I played 1 or 2. Shut up, Sean. We were Between scenes, we had these director's chairs, and I brought a chair, one of these kind of fold-out loungers that has the footrest at the end and the pillow at the other end. You know, the ones that kind of pointy at both ends and they're wide in the middle and get armrest. That was my chair, because between scenes, I would just plop in it and I'd be out like a light. I could sleep on a rock in the rain, I tell you. And I would wake up and there'd be a Polaroid picture on my chest, and I go, oh, it's a picture of me sleeping in the chair, wrapped in toilet paper. I had napkins draped over. There's a plate with pizza pieces on it on my tummy, and they dressed me up, took a photo, undressed, left the photo. That was impressive.
I wonder who that was. It's weird.
This is a question for Summer.
I bet it was Skip Crank.
When you were brought in to do Dollhouse to the Wheaton again, was that, how was that being back to that creative team, doing Dollhouse?
I had a really good time with Fran. He made me giggle like we were second graders, so I had a really good time with him. And I loved everybody. It was really fun. Really unusual role. I was like, can I just like play the cheerleader role maybe, Joss? No, I loved it. It was great.
That guy.
Got hammered. That's what you do when you find out your dream job is over, right? That was a terrible day.
It was a terrible day.
Yeah.
And we were, man, there was a lot of slow, low head hanging people walking out of there that day.
Well,
and
we
I
all went
remember
to your
driving
house.
home.
We went
What's
to your
that?
house.
We went to your house.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
was at work that day? I was not.
I was.
I had voicemails.
I was doing homework.
calling you.
I was
Yeah,
doing
you were
homework
calling
with
me.
my 7th grader in the trailer. Come to the stage. They canceled us. My daughter's like, "What does that mean?" It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You don't really need new shoes anyway. It's okay.
Go to craft service, grab everything you can. I remember thinking, right? Stuff in
You're
your
like,
pockets.
what's that on the wall? I'm taking
Get stuff.
I remember thinking, because we had 3 more days of shooting after we were canceled, and I remember thinking, this is going to be the worst. Every day is going to be a painful reminder of what we're losing, and it's going to be the saddest, most horrifying 3 days of the shoot. And it turned out to be amazing. Like, everyone was determined to squeeze any last remaining drops of joy they could get from this wonderful experience. I was really impressed with how people pulled together, and they were like, we're doing it.
One of the scenes we shot was when my hat arrives at the station in those last 3 days. So we took a lot of joy in that. But didn't Lawrence come and rescue us and take us out?
He did. He took us to a cigar bar as well. He
Gina's
Gina's husband treated us very nicely and tried to console us. It was
She called him and
warmth.
said, we're canceled. He was like, I'll be right there. Boom. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, it's
great.
It's good stuff.
Okay, this will be the last one.
The last one.
No, he's the last one. I pointed at that dude. You get the last question.
You guys seem to like still be hanging out together and doing stuff. Do you do birthdays or weddings?
Never tell Jewel happy birthday. It's not cool. She won't be into that.
I'm 19 forever.
We hang out. We do birthdays. We do your.
I
We do
thought
baby
you were
shower.
wondering if we'd
Yeah.
come
For your
and
baby
do your
shower.
birthday party. I mean, we could. That would be a way to kind of keep it going.
What are you guys doing now? Birthday parties.
Birthday parties and weddings.
We dress up like clowns and.
We could, can I get this gentleman's question? Because I pointed
Let's
it.
think about that.
You're last, sir.
In 2009, San Diego Comic-Con, you had the Chuck panel. They were announced that
You can't prove he did.
you said that every time you grunt, you always think you had Joss Whedon. Have you ever thought about doing a Bymore, going back to Bymore?
Bymore was the store in Chuck. The thing about Chuck and Firefly is we had 5 seasons, so there was a lot of closure. Loved it. Wonderful show. You know Zach Levi, another of a great department head. Wonderful. Firefly still continues to hold this special place in my heart romantically because we didn't get to finish the arc. You know, we had these arcs that we wanted to finish and we didn't get to do it, whereas on Chuck we did. So this one needs closure somehow. Not, I don't know, did anyone see that animated trailer that was floating around online? Did you see that? It's pretty cool. So the possibilities are endless. Love you guys. God bless.
Now, hold on a second. If you could sit down real quick, we actually have a surprise. Now, you need to think back to earlier in the show. The first person to ask a question was you, correct? And the second one was you. And the third one is you, I believe, right? And Benet is number 4. If you 4 could come up, we have a little surprise. You are getting the Firefly cargo crate from Loot Crate. Actually, go. Oh, and these will be signed by the cast. Yeah.
You signed a couple already. I didn't sign any. I'll need a pen.
You got a pen? You got a pen? Who's got a Sharpie?
Oh, they're already signed, so you're good. You're set.
This one's not.
And Loot Crate also has some for you guys as well, the cast. Oh, you're set.
Also, you guys, I think we should seriously consider dressing up as Firefly and like doing birthday parties.
What for me?
We should seriously consider dressing up as Firefly, cast, crew. We should dress up as our characters and do birthday parties. Right next to the bounce house.
What kind of fee can we charge?